Hey everybody, we're coming at you live here at Jim Masters Show Central, Lovely Hall as we call it. This is the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Celebrity Talk Show Series. Welcome everybody watching all around the world, our international audience. We love all the comments and all the support and all the likes and shares and all the mentions on social media at Jim Masters TV on Facebook and Instagram and X, formerly Twitter, and all the comments and just thanks so much. We really appreciate it. So many shows, so many great episodes, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of guests and inspiring conversations, lots of levity, lots of good times with all of you. So we thank you for that. And we're always bringing out the best in entertainment and inspiring conversations and laughs and so much more, free flowing. None of it scripted and interactive with all of you. And we thank you for being with us. And I want to let you know we have a very illustrious guest joining us here from Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. We can really get a good Philly cheesesteak and a good hoagie. I am talking about a legend himself. The King is in the house. Yes, Benidito King, an extraordinary singer, songwriter, and music producer, beloved not just in Philadelphia, but all across the country. And his dad, beloved as well, an icon in the music industry, sort of a trendsetter for so many acts that have followed. The incomparable Ben E. King is his dad. Yes, the one and only, the incomparable, the extraordinary. And we're going to be talking about, of course, his dad, but we're going to be talking about his amazing career as well, which is extraordinary and very, very cool. And of course, as you know, Ben E. King, his dad, well, what can we say? I mean, an incredible songwriter, an incredible performer, an American soul and R&B extraordinaire singer, record producer. He rose to prominence, one of the principal lead singers of the R&B vocal group, The Drifters, notably singing the lead vocals on 3 of their biggest hits, There Goes My Baby, The Magic Moment, and Save the Last Dance for Me, which is, of course, those are all iconic songs. And as a soloist, Ben E. King is best known as the singer and co-composer of Stand By Me, which became a U.S. top hit both in 1961 and later in 1966, when it was used as a theme to the film of the same name, and a #1 hit in the United Kingdom in 1987. And the single was also placed in the RIAA's list of songs of the century. Yes, his 1975 single Supernatural theme became a top 5 hit on the Billboard Hot 100. And additionally, Ben E. King was the original recording artist of these songs. If you didn't know this, Spanish Harlem. That's right. I Who Have Nothing, So Much Love. Don't play that song. You lied. Groovin'. Till I Can't Take It Anymore, all of which have been covered by multiple artists of varying degrees and success levels as well. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1988 as a member of the Drifters and has been nominated as a solo artist along with the Drifters. There Goes My Baby. King's song Stand By Me in Spanish Harlem also appeared on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's list of 500 songs that shaped rock and roll. Additionally, he was inducted alongside the Drifters into the Vocal Group Hall of Fame in 2000, as well as the Songwriters Hall of Fame 2012 with the Towering Song Award. That is just the short list, of course, of Ben E. King, his dad's extraordinary career. And the influences, you know how they say the apple does not fall far off the tree? Well, in this case, it is the same, and it's extraordinary because our very special guest, and there he is joining us in just a second, his vocal prowess is extraordinary, a powerful voice, a passionate singer, and he also pays homage and honors his dad by singing his dad's songs, and it does it in a way where almost if you closed your eyes, you would think you're hearing Ben E. King. It's so uncanny. And it's such a great tribute, a love of a father and a son, which I think is extraordinary, shared and honored through the music and the legacy, the family legacy, the King legacy. I think it's something very special and very cool. And Benedito brings that forth on stage, in the studio, and so much more. And of course, here's some fantastic shots of Ben E. King, his dad, with the Drifters over the years. Again, multi-million sellers. Of course, his dad, Ben E. King, the legend, passed away too early in 2015. He is sadly missed, but the legacy of music and the joy and the blessing that he left for all of us to enjoy in music and in word is extraordinary. And this is a terrific album you're going to want to get. Benidito King, Magic Moment. This is really something you need to add to your music collection. I want to let you know as well that in a moment, I'm going to tell you about something special. In not that long from now, Roy Hamilton Jr., son of Roy Hamilton himself, Unchained Melody and more, he's going to be joining us as well. But the two of them, Benedito and Roy Jr., are going to be teaming up in Las Vegas. We're going to talk about that in just a second, for a Father's Day tribute to their iconic fathers and performing all their hits and all their music. How incredible is that? That's what's going to be happening. We're going to talk about that as well. But first, coming to us from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA. Wait till you see the background. It looks like a chess set. He looks like the king in his throne, on the throne. And it's really cool because he's in his studio. He's in the recording studio as well. Let's welcome him to the show, Benedito King. Benedito, welcome to the Jim Masters Show Live, my friend.
How you doing? Thank you, Jim. It's a pleasure to be here.
The pleasure is all mine. Before we even begin, tell us this cool studio you're in. I love it.
It took time. A friend of mine by the name of Eugene Wow, he once gave me a secret. He said, listen, if you want to make it in this business, either you got to be discovered by somebody who has, the finances to back you, or somebody takes a chance on you, or you own your own equipment. So it came down to the latter part, and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna get my own stuff. It took years, we piece here, piece there, a little piece here, a little piece there. Then we finally got it together. I think it took about 5 years to get it to where it's at now, but it's all state of the art, and I'm thankful.
Oh, it's really, really cool and really nice. A lot of incredible music comes out of there. It's an honor and a pleasure and a privilege to have you here on the show. I know you're very busy, got a lot of things going on, but to celebrate you and your dad, of course, the dual legacies that are here is pretty cool and very, very special. When did you realize who your dad was in terms of being somebody very famous, being somebody so talented and responsible for all this music? When did that kick in for you, when you're like, wow, my dad, there's something extra here?
Yeah, I think my mom used to always tell me about, all the stories and things. And then, but, when you're a child, you don't really pay attention to it. So you just kind of be like, yeah, that's a really big story. So then, I think I was around 18, 18. And then going through, coming up, I was singing, but really singing wasn't even, it wasn't on the front part at that time. And then I had all my friends just kept telling me, like, man, you can really sing. Like, you really need to sing because you can really sing. So then that's when I gave it a shot, and here we are.
So what were you singing first? Was it your father's music, or you're singing other hits, other tunes?
I was singing basically any and everything. Like I like a lot of the old music, AWB, Gino Vanelli, Al Jarreau.
Yeah.
I could go on Michael Jackson. Of course, my mom used to have me doing Michael Jackson dances all the time, and so that was like I went through a serious Michael Jackson phase for a minute. I'm open enough to admit that. But then,
Hey, we all
when
didn't, right?
I found my own voice, and then I said, you know what? Well, I'm just stick with myself and go for it.
How do you describe, of course, you pay homage to and you celebrate the legacy of your incredible, iconic father, Ben E. King, but you also have your own style and your own choices. How do you describe your style, Benedito?
Oh, my style would be not like it's modern, but it's kind of old school. I'm like just an old soul, even with my writing, like not to knock any of the music out there because I don't want no problems from anybody. But I just like to I think a lot of the storytelling and songwriting has just gone,
Yeah.
and a lot, it's like I hear a lot of stuff and it's just repetitious. It's just repeating the
Stuff
same,
over and over and over.
and it's like I said, I don't want to insult anybody in the music industry, anything, but I just think that they need to bring some of that back.
Mhm.
Some of that Marvin Gaye, some of that what was his name? Barry White. Barry
Oh,
White was
yeah.
a huge
Yeah.
influence, and
I wouldn't mind even Lou Rawls coming back.
Lou Rawls, Kenny Loggins. I mean, the list goes on. I could
Mm.
go on forever with like the artists that I grew up with. Boss Gags. Boss Gags was a
Yes.
huge influence in my life coming up. Like, and Bobby Caldwell,
Mm.
Major, and he's another guy that's sorely missed,
Yes.
because we just lost him, I think, a couple of years back.
Yeah.
So,
When you look at your father's incredible legacy, it is iconic. And these songs truly, they reach all backgrounds, all cultures, all income levels around the world. Everybody loves this music. It makes you
mhm.
just feel really, really good. What do you think it is about his legacy and about that music and the Drifters as well? I mean, the iconic group, the Drifters, that still resonates with people today when they hear that music?
Just, good writing, good production, and it's just timeless. You got to understand some like fashion and music repeats itself.
Yes.
And for example, ba-ba-na-da-na, how many songs have you heard that ba-ba-na-na-na, like in it? You had Bad to the Bone, you had
That's right.
all kind of Chuck Berry. Everybody used that one little hook,
Hmm.
da-da-na-na. And so sometimes you got to go back to your origins with music, and you got to, don't stray from what got you. Like a lot of some artists, they forget where they come from, and then as soon as they blow up, it's just like they just start making anything that comes off. It could be something about a toothbrush, and it sells. You know what I
Right.
mean? And it's like I don't know. Like that's why I'm just glad that I'm an independent artist.
Right.
And I don't have to answer to no companies. Like I'm signed to a couple of different companies, but I don't have to answer to anybody. And I can
Yes.
come back here in my studio and I can just hatch out. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a musician. I'm what I like to call myself. My wife calls me a musician. I like to call myself a sounds craftsman.
I
Because
like
I'm
that.
self-taught. I'm self-taught. I had to teach myself everything. So what I do is I take and I just make it do what it do, and then I run everything past my wife, and she's my biggest critic. She'll be like, "Nah, not that one. I'll hang that one up." And then if it's something she likes, she'll be like, "Okay, yeah, that's all right." So
So you run it through her, and
mhm,
if you get that thumbs up,
yeah,
you roll with it. If you get the thumbs down,
that's it.
that's out.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great. Have you
Mhm.
sort of gotten an idea of what she does like, after all of that time, and have running it
Ballads.
through her? You know what
Yeah,
the
ballads. She
taste,
likes ballads.
the
She likes a lot
ballads.
of ballads.
She
Yeah,
likes the
you know.
ballads. Yeah.
And see, I'm a I guess I just like the romance. I like the storytelling in songs. Like I'll give you a good song. I know you're the only woman that I really love.
Mhm.
Remember that song?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
true. They
Mm.
don't there's like I said, the storytelling. It's like now with songs, they just go straight for the juggler and
Mm.
straight to the point, and then put a really thick bass behind it with a crashing drum, and it's like okay, it's like all right, and I get it because music does evolve, but again, I'm just stuck in the 70s with my music. Like I just
70s.
love that
Yeah. Yeah.
70s
Oh, yeah. Me
70s
too.
on into the 90s. Now don't get me wrong, there's good music out there. There's still good music out there, you know. And
Did you like, and I'm thinking of it, not the image that came later, but when it was really in the thick of it,
mhm,
all the musicians, if you really pull it out of the archives and you listen to the musicianship, the arrangements, the orchestrations, the amount of instruments that were used in even disco music from the
mhm,
70s was amazing. I know it's, maligned often now. People look at it as, cheeky and all the rest. But if you really take and dissect that music and you hear all of these incredible musicians and strings and woodwinds and percussion and the beats and everything,
exactly,
it's cool stuff.
exactly. It's like now, I don't know. I think everybody uses either a 4 track and they just go and they go in there and everything is sampled and yeah, and again, like I said, I don't want to step on any toes because I'm just a little independent artist out of Philadelphia. There's still and I don't do it. One thing I don't do, like if you get into music for the monetary thing, then I mean that's you. I listen, I've been singing all my life, and I'm still not rich. Okay. But I sing and I do it for the love of the music, you know, and the good Lord above takes care of everything else, you know.
Absolutely right. Yes. How has, obviously, when you are the son or the daughter, the child of an iconic celebrity, and I
Hmm.
have some other personal friends who are, that, does that help? Does that hinder? Did you ever feel like you had to not be better, but it's harder to break through because
Yeah,
everybody expects you to be
yeah.
him? Or did it sometimes help a little because you are the son of this iconic person?
I think, that was like with me, it was a two-edged sword because when I first started, like, yeah, I used to really feel pressure. And then coming up, like I really, when I first started singing, I really thought I was like, yeah, I could sing. And then I would always try to hit these crazy notes that were just totally out of my range. And then I had a guy give me some advice, and he said, listen, he said, just sing in your talking voice. And I didn't understand what he meant. He said, sing in your talking voice. He said, if you sing and if you talk like this, then you should sing. And ever since then, I've mastered that, and I just keep to where I'm comfortable at. With singers, don't blow your vocal cords out. Can't reach a note, don't try. Just stay in your singing voice. And if you stay in your singing voice, you'll reach every note you possibly can dream of.
Now, do you teach people? Because that sounds like somebody who teaches and inspires others who are up and coming.
You know what? I tried, and a long time ago I tried working with some guys, and actually this was here in my house, and the guy came in and what's his name? Forget his name, but he was a instructor. He was a martial arts teacher. He was a singer, coach singer, and I was like, well, look, can you just pick one job and stay with it? And
Yeah.
but he came in and he was like kind of like trying to tell me, and I'm like, I looked him dead in his face. I said, listen, I've been doing this way too long for you to come in here and tell me how to sing and what to do, and because he was telling me about rehearsals. I said, I don't rehearse. You know, if you're confident enough and you got a good band behind you, you should be able to hit that stage and say, okay, such and such in the key of E, let's go. You know, like now, don't get me wrong, I do rehearse, but it's more of a private thing with me. I rehearse, in my way. Like I'll just go off in my studio and whatever material I need to go through, I'll do it a cappella, a cappella, and that's it. Like I said, I've been doing this since I was 8 years old. God willing, I'll be 61 in July. So,
It's
I think I'm
amazing.
pretty. I think I know what I'm doing by now.
A cappella is when you play at the Italian club. then it's a cappella.
Right, right.
That's it, right?
And plus, I was blessed enough to have met a couple of people. Matter of fact, we went to UK a couple of years ago, and we met a guy by Dennis McNulty, great friend. my wife and I, and he played guitar for my father for 40 years, I think, something like 4 decades. And then Alex McAllister and Phil Lunderman, they're all over in the UK. Matter of fact, they're trying to put a project together for me now for next year. So cross your fingers on that one. And who else am I? I don't want to leave nobody out. Ruben and Jerry Petito. And because Ruben is currently working on my CD. It's everything is finance and everything. So I just told him take his time with it and work his magic on it. And it's no rush. And in the meantime, I still keep writing.
I was going to say, do you have a preference? Are you more the songwriter and producer than the singer, or do you like all of it equally?
I like all of it equally. I gotta say that. Now, don't get me wrong, I love writing. If it really came down to it, I love to ghostwrite. I would love to just ghostwrite, and but for the meantime, yeah, I love it all. And like I said, I had to teach myself doing this. It's a crazy story. When the pandemic hit, we were everything had just started happening. I mean, we were starting to get phone calls. People said, "Oh, well, I want you to do this. I want you to do this." Then the pandemic hit, and so what was that, like 2-3 years we was in this thing, and the next thing I know, so the phone stopped ringing, and it wasn't no more live performances. There were no more live performances. So that's when my wife and I, we ran, and the next thing I know, she woke me up this one morning. She said, "Come on, let's go get your keyboard." I looked at her like I was saying, "Wayne got the keyboard, and Wayne got this other piece, Wayne got this other piece." But the crazy thing about it is I was so terrified because like I never dealt with the production side of it. And so I left everything brand new in the box. And so finally my wife got so tired of me, she said, "Listen, either you're going to make that stuff work or I'm taking everything back." So that's when I said, okay, we got to get started. And then I think I wrote 10 songs in a year. And
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
That is incredible.
it's passion, and it's like now I've gotten to the point where I can come up with a song off the top of my head, like in like 3 seconds. It's nothing. I just need to look at, but it's inspiration. I'm not gonna lie. Practically every song I've written is about my wife. So,
I was going to say, we all have the things that inspire us in our lives. And, some people could be walking through a subway terminal or in a botanical garden or near the ocean
yeah,
or in the
yeah.
mountains or whatever, flying in a helicopter, whatever it is. And they're looking at a skyline and they're
Mm-hmm.
inspired. Your wife inspires you, which of course makes total sense. What else inspires you to create this terrific music?
Just scenery, like life itself.
Life itself.
Like,
Yeah.
shout out to Roy and his wife Marie, because like, they're on the same page as we are, like keeping the music alive.
And he's
And
watching, and they're watching. They said,
thank
"Hello, Jim
you,
and
thank you.
Benedito. Good to see you,
And
Roy." And
we're we're
Maria.
we're we're on that same page, like, trying to bring music that you can like sit down, listen to at dinner, you know,
Yeah.
or just fall back on in a fireplace and just chill, that kind of music. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that music is not out there anymore. I'm just saying that music is just taking such a different trend now. And it's like one week you got this, and one week you got that, and everybody sounds like this person, and it's just,
It sounds like a factory, like it all sounds the
yeah,
same.
yeah,
Before,
exactly.
the music and the sound of the group, the band, the orchestra,
Hmm.
whatever it is, had a unique sound. And maybe there were little similarities with some, but generally they all had a unique sound. The lead singers, if it was a choral group, they just had a uniqueness to the sound. Now a lot of stuff sounds very similar and very
Exactly.
um, technological and
Hmm.
very, there's auto tune, all these different things in it. But it's almost hard sometimes to differentiate who is
Exactly.
who when
Hmm.
before, when you heard, well, when you hear Gladys Knight, you know it's Gladys Knight. When you heard Aretha Franklin, when you hear
Right,
Barbara Streisand, these people, you know
right, right.
who they are,
Hmm.
and it's a little bit of a blur, and you've noticed that yourself.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and there's still some killer groups out there, man. Like Men Condition. There's a lot of talent still here in Philadelphia. Boys to Men. There's just like a lot of original talent that's still out there and still trying to deal as far as it being organic. And like I said, the ear doesn't lie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One thing about your ears, they don't lie. Either they're gonna like me or a song, or they're gonna turn the radio or turn to something that they do like. And like I said, there's a lot of musicians. I work with some guys. Marvin Mitchell, he's a great friend of mine. He's probably one of the greatest guitar players that to ever play a guitar. But he's just like one of those guys that's like, he does his own thing. Like he writes his own music, and he still does his own thing. Him, Lance, and a lot of my friends out there. But we still, like I said, we still like to get into that storytelling part of nice lyrics you can understand, and not a whole lot of profanity. Like I don't do all the profanity in singing and songwriting. So, I mean, I don't feel it's necessary to have to cuss and call people out their names to write music. If other people do, that's on them. I'm not knocking anybody again. But like I said, the music industry has become so what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, watered down or filtered. It's like everybody sounds alike,
Mm,
and then like, okay,
right.
I'll give you a good example. When Britney Spears came out, right? No knock to Britney Spears because she had some very good hits that I did like. But soon as what was Jessica Simpson, boom. And it was like, so now once you flood the music industry with all these artists, and okay, now you can't tell Jessica Simpson from Britney Spears.
Right.
And it's like they're both talented artists. But I mean, put them in their own. I think you should put an artist where they're comfortable. Find out what their talents are. What are they best at a soprano? Are they best at a second tenor? Are they best at an alto? And without so much of the auto tunes, because it's like a lot of artists, when you take that auto tune off and you're out there on the stage and you can't hit that note because of auto tune, then like leave it alone. You should have chose a better profession or another profession. I'm
Very
just being
true.
honest,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. Especially if you're in a situation where you're not in the studio and you have to perform on stage live
Hmm.
and it doesn't quite sound like
Exactly,
the album does, then
exactly.
there's.
I mean, at least get as close to it. Come close. Like, I mean, I remember one time I went to see one of the greatest concerts. My brother actually treated me. It was my birthday, and he took me to see Luther Vandross, The Whispers, and Sherelle at the Philadelphia Spectrum. Now, the Spectrum, they tore it down.
Yeah.
But you talking about a show, I'm telling you,
Mm,
it was Luther Vandross was the marquee, but I'm gonna tell you that night the Whispers stole the show.
mm.
So, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring back that easily listening, comfortable music, sit down, relax, and just, even if you want to fall asleep to it, if it puts you to sleep, fine.
Do you like smooth jazz as well?
Yeah, yeah, I love jazz.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
took me a long time. It took me I'm not gonna lie. It took me a long time to appreciate certain artists. Bob Dylan, Elvis. It took me a long time. Like I watched the movie Elvis,
Mm.
and that put a lot of things into perspective for me because I was like, here's a man that worked his entire career, and if that is true with what I forget the guy's name, the general, whatever his name was, he
Oh,
was
yeah.
supposed to be.
The
Oh,
Colonel.
yeah, the Colonel.
Yeah.
I mean, man, to sit up there and to do somebody like that, it's just cold. And so I just want to get into a place where I'm remembered at least for traditional, good old fashioned music. something that, that you can, like my dad did, this like timeless.
Absolutely. Did you get a chance to perform with your father
I
at
wish.
any point?
No, no, I
Yeah,
wish.
yeah. How would you describe him? People, there's always an image and then there's the real person. And, he was really a hard
Yeah, and
worker too.
he
He
was the
put the
real
time
deal.
in,
Yeah,
he
he
put the
did
time. How would you describe him?
exactly as you just said. One of the hardest working people in music, hands down. My
Yeah.
dad, like, he didn't stop, and when he passed, it's a blow for me because, like, I met him long time ago. He sent a limousine to pick me up. He was doing a show called the Budweiser Backyard Barbecue Fest here in Philly, and I think the guy Herman's Hermit. I'm
Oh,
Henry the
yeah.
Eighth. I am Henry the Eighth. I am. I am. He
Peter
was on.
Noon?
Yeah, Peter Noon.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was on the show. So that was like one of the greatest experiences I ever had. You know, and
Mm.
very loving, my father. You know, so he'll be missed until I'm gone. He'll be missed, and I'll miss him then.
It's amazing too, is all the accolades and the love that people have had, for him, and obviously gone way too soon. But when you pull out the Drifters music or even the music from his solo career and endeavors,
Mm.
um, what do you hear? You're going to hear it as the son and with the bloodline running through you and being a performer and producer and immersed in the industry yourself. You're going to hear it with different ears and a different
Exactly.
appreciation. We appreciate it, we love it, we respect it, but you're going to hear it in a deeper way. What happens to you when you hear your father singing and you hear these songs?
It makes me want to write. You know, makes me want to write. And if like I said, Stand by Me was done at for Harry and Meghan's wedding, and that was probably one of the biggest things that just I was like, wow, my dad's song is at the freaking royal wedding. You know what I'm saying? So it does. It makes me proud, and it keeps me humbled up.
Right.
In the music business, you got to stay humble. You
You have
know,
to stay
you have
humble.
to, because if you let it go to your head, then you're gonna lose along the way. And I'm not trying to, like 60, still trying to keep my dad. I'm keeping my dad's music alive, and it just gives me a greatness, a feeling of greatness. I don't know if that's the right way, or yeah, a feeling of greatness because he's a great man.
It also keeps him close to you, keeps him in your heart and
Hmm.
soul by doing that, by singing the songs that, he sang and created as well. It's a very special thing. And I think when people hear you do that, and of course you have your own material as well, when
Hmm.
people are hearing you do that, it's something quite special and unique, and not something that everybody can say. And you could see the resemblance. I mean,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
vocal prowess. It's all there. And you mentioned Roy Hamilton Jr., whose father as well, an iconic
Hmm.
person in the industry, and we're going to have him on as a guest. You have this wonderful, friendship with Roy Jr. Tell us
Hmm.
about that.
This is I don't know. I think that the good Lord puts people in your life for a reason. He filters out the bad and then he puts the good in your life.
Yep.
And I'm not that I'm not a social person, but with everything going on in the world, I kind of keep to myself. I'm very private. So when they reached out to us, it was crazy because it was an idea of something and something, and then Roy and them, they said, listen, we're gonna go for this. And then me and my wife, we just say, yeah, come on, let's do it. We became friends. You can't tell my especially my wife and Roy's wife. Oh my gosh, they they talk every day. She threatens
They're
me.
they're your wives, your managers, your
Yes, yes,
PR.
yes,
They
yes,
keep it
yes.
all, both, yeah,
Hmm.
they keep it going for you so you can focus on the music,
Exactly,
which is
exactly.
perfect, right?
I have no. That's one thing. I have no distraction. You know, and I appreciate that because sometimes you got to find a muse or you got to look. Some artists have to find. I don't have to do all that. My inspiration is laying right next to me, so I can just go ahead and be happy and content with that.
That's right, exactly. Tell us about this, Benedito. This is
Oh,
cool.
this is okay. This is with the label. I'm signed to Society Hill here in Philadelphia, and it's a couple of produced by the name of Butch Ingram helped me put this together. And again, my wife reached out and he called me up and he's like, "Hey man, I like if you did some of your dad's songs over and we'll they provided the music and the background and everything." So and it was that CD right there is one of my favorites. So like yeah, I put my heart and soul into that one.
And
And that's
what was that feeling like singing his music?
great. I ain't gonna lie, it was great. If I wanted to toot my own horn, yeah, it was pretty good. It's better than pretty good. It's great. I mean, you got to listen. If you listen to the CD, it's amazing. It came out amazing.
Did you want to? Because I know the viewers are commenting, they're all welcoming you, they're saying hi. Maybe we'll throw a couple of comments on the screen. Did you
Mhm.
want to do anything a cappella while you're there in your king's castle?
Um, let me see. I got one. Let me see. There goes my baby, moving on down the line. I wonder where, I wonder where she is bound. Now I broke her heart and I made her cry. Now I'm alone, so all alone. What can I do? What can I do? Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah. I wonder if she loved me. Did she really love me? Or was she just playing on me for a fool? I wonder why she left me. Why did she leave me? Said so all along. Said so all along. There goes my baby.
Wow. Standing ovation, everybody.
Thank
Really
you.
nice. Really nice, my friend. And, that was unscripted, unplanned. Nothing was rehearsed with that. We threw the baton in his direction. He grabbed it and made magic out of it. That is
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you. I started off a cappella. That's why if you like I think for anybody that really wants to learn how to sing, start off a cappella. Start off a cappella because it's the greatest way of because this way you block out all the music and when you can just tune the music out and the music's in your ear already. Understand?
Right.
So it's in your brain already. So all you got to do is just remember the music and
Yeah.
then just sing.
We've got a comment. We've got several comments coming in from our lovely viewers here on the Jim Master Show Live. We welcome everybody watching live around the world. This will be archived on our YouTube channel as well. Couple of comments came in. Of course, Roy said, awesome. He loved the singing. But also Neil Rosengarten, one of our faithful, lovely viewers, he said, my father played on Stand By Me percussion, and I've played for your father on a few telethons. Nice to meet you.
Oh,
What a
thank you.
small world,
Pleasure.
huh?
All right. How about that?
Isn't that cool? We're all family, right? We're
That's
all
right.
family. That's what it is. That's really cool. You and speaking of Roy, you
Mhm.
guys, like you were talking about, have something really special that's coming
Yeah.
up, which is
Yes.
unbelievable. People need to get themselves to Vegas to check this
Mm-hmm.
out because it's going to be something. This is going to be an iconic time. You, along with Roy Hamilton Jr., you're
Mm-hmm.
going to be celebrating your dads and all the fabulous music and more in this Father's Day Soul Legends tribute coming up in June.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about this and what people are going to expect. And wow, it's going to be amazing and rare to see this.
I'll expect to hear some good music and have a good time. That much I can promise.
It's going to be amazing, huh? It's going to be terrific to have you and Roy perform together, or will this be a first?
This is actually a first. So a first, and I'm looking forward to working with him in the future. Like I said, if you what is that? How's that thing go? A body in motion stays in motion. You know.
That's
So.
exactly right. Yes, exactly right. I mean, look at the screen, folks. There's
Hmm.
all the information there. We even put up for you to help you out the
Thank you.
website and the phone number to get tickets. This is going to be a sellout. People are already clamoring for these tickets. And right now, Vegas is a hot place to be.
Hmm. Hmm.
Not temperature wise, but just in terms of action. So
Yeah.
they're going to be there, Benedito King and Roy Hamilton Jr. together. And I know Roy is very, very excited about it too. And I think it's just
Me
such a
too.
really cool idea to put this together to celebrate, your dads. Have you ever thought of, or has there been a documentary or anything that you've been involved in celebration of your dad?
Not yet. No, it's crazy you mentioned that. I was thinking about trying to see if 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 I could get somebody to help do that. But that's good for the future, you know. I know one thing. I remember the movie Stand by Me, and that was like wow. Then and like you said before, his Stand by Me has been done in so many different uh, languages, in so many different artists, so many different countries, and it's just timeless. Again, it's timeless, and I'm just hoping to just keep the legacy alive, and hopefully they'll say he's a chip off the old block.
Do you have a favorite song of your father's,
Mm.
or
I,
or
I got
or
a
a
lot of
couple?
them. I love I Who Have Nothing. I love I Who Have Nothing. I love Spanish Harlem. My mom used to play Spanish Harlem all the time when I was a kid, and when I got older, I listened to it, and I was like, Mom, you got to tell me the lyrics to that song. So finally, she told me the lyrics, and but now here's the thing: if I'm not mistaken, I think Aretha Franklin wrote that. If I'm not mistaken, I think Aretha Franklin wrote Spanish Harlem. I'm not
Mm,
sure. I think she did though. But
mm. It's a great
yeah, it's
song.
a
So
great
many people
song.
have sung it.
Great song. Amor. I Count the Tears. Um, this Magic Moment. My wife loves Dance with Me. I did a rendition on that Magic Moment CD, Dance with Me, and it's like I belted it out on that one. That's like I can toot my own horn on that one. But yeah, I just want the people to just recognize, that it's still good artists out there, and that we're still trying to give them good music. And shout out to my kids, Timothy, Brody, Shania, just so they don't, think I forgot them.
Are they in the industry too?
Oh, my daughter sings. My daughter sings. I think she said that she's going to do Carnegie Hall. So I'm just looking to that, and just trying to keep the hope alive, and just keep everybody humble. Again, humble. Like that's my big thing, staying home. I don't like to let things go to my head. You know, because when I first started out, I'm not gonna lie. When I first started out, I first got signed to Philly World Records,
Hmm.
and boy, you couldn't tell me nothing. When I tell you, you couldn't tell me nothing until they let me go out the contract. Then you could tell me something. Because no, what happened was they backed this song, and it's a good song called "Anything You Want," but it did well over in Europe, you know, and but here in Philly, it's a station Power 99, and it was Make It or Break. Then they broke it, and so I still love Power 99, but yeah, it's a long time coming. So I'm still pecking away at it, Joe.
You know, a lot of incredible music has come out of Philadelphia too.
Hmm.
We had Kevin Eubanks on not that long ago as a guest,
Okay.
but that whole Philadelphia, sound is iconic.
Hmm. Well, I knew, God rest his soul, Bunny Sigler was also a good inspiration. Like, I actually knew him through a friend of mine, and he's a great guy. God rest his soul. But I heard Bunny Sigler hit a song. He did a song, and when I tell you, he did an operatic note, and it just literally blew me away. It blew me away because Bunny did a lot of writing for Patti LaBelle. He ghost writ for Patti LaBelle. Like, I don't know if you ever heard "Somebody Loves You, Baby." He wrote that for her. So it's just like in the tradition of the artists before me that laid the blueprint. It's only right that Roy and myself and others pick up the banner and carry it. So just keep us in your prayers, and that's it.
If we came over to your studio and we went into your record collection or your boom box, what
Mhm.
would be in it now?
Oh wow, everything, everything is in it. Like, cause it's like I said, I love good music. Like, I love music that I can just sit back and if I want to take a nap while it's in my ears listening to it, I can. Or if I'm eating a good meal, I can. Like I said, there are artists out there now that are really trend setting, and then the other artists that I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to step on anybody's toes. They know who they are. At least I assume they do. You know,
Tell us about all those incredible necklaces you've got. It's incredible collection.
I don't. It started one by one. Each one has it's a little significance behind everyone. I got a lot I got a lot of crosses. Because I like to carry Jesus and God with me, Yahweh and Yahshua. I like to carry him with me everywhere I go. So
So faith is
he
very important to you.
yes, 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 yes. I mean, it's like when all else fails, he won't. You know, so he done guided me and kept me safe all this long, and I'm in a good place now. So it's time to go for what we know.
Do you have a master plan of what you want to do going forward, or you're taking it as it
Exactly.
comes?
Um, um, I've learned not to plan things anymore. I've learned to put it in the hands of the Lord and let Him guide you. And because like a lot of people like to think that they're in control of their own destiny and all that, and you're really not. But if you like to think so, that's good. The reason I say that is because I used to be one of them people, that thought they was right. And in the big picture of things, like we're special because God loves us, you know. And if you think anything other than that, then I don't know, you need to have your head checked or something. But you know, but it's always you have to have a foundation. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. You gotta be grounded. And when I wake up in the morning, I tell people the favorite thing, my favorite commodity in the world currently and will always be is oxygen.
Hmm.
I mean, that's my favorite, not money, not gold, not nothing else. Oxygen. Because when the good Lord allow you to see another day, hey, you keep it pushing and you just keep moving forward. And my beautiful wife, I cannot speak of her enough because she puts up with me. She does. I'm a handful. I'm a handful. If you could see her, she's balling her fists up at me now.
I was
Like,
going to say, I noticed when you said that the camera started shaking.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Happy wife, happy life. That's the truth. That's the
How
truth.
did you guys meet?
Oh, I met my wife. My wife was best friends with my mom, and I didn't know it. And when I had moved out to this place, and when we moved there, I just heard this voice saying, "Hello, hello." And then when I looked at her, I never thought of love at first sight. Never believed in it.
Right.
But wow, like and then my mom was unfortunately my mom was murdered.
I
And
know.
so that set me back. That set me back for a while, you know. And come to find out, my wife, she was the last person to see my mom. So we lost contact with each other for about, I don't know, 20 some years. And then I had met her, and I just after I met her, and I said to myself, I'm not gonna let you go this time, because last time I let her slip away. I ain't let her slip away. And I hurried up and put a ring on it. I hurried up, put a ring on it.
Isn't there a song to that effect? If you really want it, put a ring
Yeah,
on
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. I hurried up because I wasn't giving nobody no other chance. Nah, we ain't doing that. You mind? I woke her up, and it's the craziest thing. Like, I'm not a she says I'm not a romantic, but I am in a way. But I'm just straightforward. So I woke up one morning. I said, "Come on, we get married." And she looked at me like I was crazy. Like, and we went. We didn't do. It wasn't no big thing. We just went to Justice of the Peace because it was very private. And so the morning we had to go get the blood test or something. It was something. And so she really didn't think I was getting up because she thought I was joking. I was like, no, come on, let's get up. Let's go. So then she was like, oh, you serious? And that's it. And coming up on our 15th year anniversary, October 21st.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is exciting.
Yeah.
But she inspires the music. Have you written a specific song just for her, or is that something that is coming?
No, I got a song called Something About You that I wrote for her. That's like it's still in the like I said, it's gonna be on the debut CD. It's just gonna take a little time, you know, to get everything right and get all the people in places, everything put in place. But yeah, Something About You.
That's incredible. How do you describe her?
Woo! I gotta say the right thing now, boy. She's beautiful. She's beautiful on the inside and on the out. That's one thing that
Camera
attracted
started
me.
moving again.
Yeah. That's one thing that attracted me to her was her brain. You know, she's very intelligent. And I knew that I had to have somebody that's gonna keep me grounded, you know. So she's
And
beautiful.
she inspires the music. She inspires love, right? And commitment and
Yep.
what's right in the world and faith and all of these things, right? It's beautiful when you have that, because life can be crazy sometimes, right?
Exactly.
Especially if you're, in a world where there's any sense of celebrity nature. To have that grounding, she
Hmm.
keeps you grounded, which is
Hmm.
a beautiful and very important thing, right?
Yes, yes. You know, I don't and see one thing, like I said, I don't let things go to my head. You know, I used to, like when I was in my 20s, oh, you couldn't tell me I wasn't the greatest thing walking this planet, you know. And then I had a bunch of people in my ear, oh yeah, you're gonna be great. Da, da, da. And like I said, when something doesn't go a certain way, and every all your so-called associates, or you find out who your friends are, put it like that. You find out who your friends are, and you find out if you had friends or if you really had associates. So coming up in the ranks through the music business, I found out I had a lot of associates. So yeah, my wife's my best friend, and wouldn't change anything.
We won't say it, but you know what the abbreviation for associates is.
Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Yes, sir.
not to butt in.
Right, right.
Yeah, a lot of great comments coming in here too. For Dennis McNulty,
Mhm.
awesome, Benedito, and Roy chiming in
Right.
as well. Marie, and my
Oh,
anniversary is
this happy
October 15th.
anniversary.
Tim and Benedito.
All right.
Austin Field says oxygen is the best.
Yes, yes.
Really nice. Yeah. And all of our wow and incredible and fantastic. The viewers loving it. Bravo.
Thank
This is
you.
really cool. Did you want to do a little of one more thing before we wrap a cappella for the fabulous viewers watching? I think
Okay.
you teased them beautifully last time.
All right. Um, when the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So, darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. Come get your tickets. Let us see you in the place. June 16th, Las Vegas. Be there.
I love that.
Thank you.
There it is on the screen. You are awesome. And we're not far from each other. So I hope we get a chance to meet. You're in Philly. I'm in the New York area. It's
Okay.
just I-95 and we're
That's
there.
it. That's it. That's it. Please don't just stay in touch and I'm going to do the same.
This was really fantastic, my friend. I really appreciate all the time. I know you're very busy. Thank your lovely wife. And I wish you nothing but continued blessing and joy and success. Have a fabulous time in Vegas. And come back and see us again. We're going to keep the porch light on. You are welcome back anytime. Spread the word about the Jim Masters Show series. And I hope you
Definitely.
enjoyed the time with me as much as I absolutely have with you, my friend.
For sure, man. For sure. We'll be in touch with each other. Trust me.
Absolutely. I love it. Your
And
wife will make sure of that too, right?
yes, and say bye. Say hello. Say hello to Roy and Maria for us. And
Yes.
again, Jim, this has been a pleasure, man. I mean, it really has been a pleasure, and it's honestly it's a pleasure meeting you. And please stay in touch.
A new friend made, my friend. I really appreciate it. I'll stand by you. You stand by me. And that's what it's all about.
You got it, man. You got it.
Thank you, sir. An honor and a pleasure. You be well. And thank your wife for doing such amazing camera work.
All right.
She
Thank
can
you.
now, shake the arm out, get the blood flowing.
Okay.
Give her a
Thanks,
big
Jim.
hug.
I will.
Thank you, Benedito. You
All
be
right.
well.
Have a nice one, man.
All right. Cheers. Incredible, right? Absolutely incredible. And what fun. We always have fun on our show too, and inspiring moments and good entertainment. He sang twice for us and he sang Stand By Me, pieces of it, his father's iconic song. A couple of people asked, does he sing his father's music? Yes, he does. He's a prolific songwriter himself, music producer, Benedito King, son of the legendary Ben E. King. There's Ben E. King on your screen. He also pays homage to and respect to and honors his legendary father through music, through song, through performance. And it really is incredible. Ben E. King, I mean, responsible for so much music, years, decades of incredible songs. And of course, a member of the legendary Drifters, responsible for iconic songs, as we've been talking about. What can you say? And of course, all their music and Ben E. King's music is available everywhere. So if you don't have the music in your collection, you shall, I'm sure, add it probably now. It's really incredible. Like he said, he likes music that makes you feel good, that relaxes you, that takes you away from the craziness of all of life. And boy, do we need that more than ever, huh? Paying homage to and celebrating the iconic Ben E. King here on the Jim Masters Show Live series and his wonderful son. There's some just great photos we dug up of Benny King over the years, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Songwriters Hall of Fame, as much. And of course, this was one of Benedito's favorite projects where he was singing his father's music. And there he is there doing his thing, Benedito. Isn't that a cool shot of him around the holidays, performing on stage? And again, Roy Hamilton Jr., son of the iconic Roy Hamilton, Unchained Melody, and so many more songs. He's going to be joining us very soon in a matter of days as well. So we'll keep you posted on the date. It's exciting. And the two of them, this is really exciting. They are teaming up in Las Vegas for this very special event, the Father's Day Soul Legends Tribute, starring the sons of legends. Yeah, Ben E. King and Roy Hamilton. Roy Hamilton Jr. is going to be there. It's going to be amazing. Son of Roy Hamilton, and Benedito King, son of Ben E. King. It's going to be coming up on Sunday, June 16th, 2024. You see all the information you need on the screen. We wanted to give this a little plug because they're all excited about it. And here on the screen is some more information to go to the website and the phone number for your tickets. When you do go online or you make the call, let them know you heard about it on the Jim Masters show. They would love to know where you heard about it. But it's going to be really, really something. And again, Benedito is going to be there, and it's going to be really good. And he's all excited. And Roy Hamilton Jr. is going to be there. And again, we're going to have Roy on the show in just a week or so too. So it's going to be really great. But again, just thinking about all the music that Ben E. King, I mean, Stand By Me, you still hear all these songs. You hear them on the radio, you hear them everywhere. And I just want to let you know as well, with this very special event that's coming up in Vegas, which is going to be legendary. It's going to be the first time they're actually performing together. It's celebrating Father's Day. It's called the Soul Legends Tribute, starring Roy Hamilton Jr. and Benedito King, the talented sons of the legendary Roy Hamilton and Ben E. King. It's going to be a captivating variety show paying homage to their fathers, including Roy Hamilton Sr., renowned for the Golden Boy of Song, as the Golden Boy of Song for sure, who gave us the timeless hits like You'll Never Walk Alone, Unchained Melody, Ebb Tide, and Don't Let Go. And Roy Sr.'s influence extended to icons such as Elvis and Jackie Wilson and the Righteous Brothers and Sam Cooke, inspiring them to record songs that became chart toppers. They really did, chart toppers. And Roy Jr., born with a passion for music, started singing at the age of 7. Yeah, the age of 7. So he's been doing it for a good many years as well. And there's Roy on your screen. And he's going to be a guest on our show, which we're excited about. It's coming up real soon. So, he continues to enchant audiences as well with his father's classics, favorites from various areas too. And Benny King, celebrated for his hits, Stand By Me, Save the Last Dance for Me, possessed an elegant baritone voice and left an indelible mark on soul music that is still talked about today, still revered, still celebrated today. And of course, we lost him early in 2015. This show is going to be something because the two of them together, the powerhouses, are going to be on stage backed by a dynamic 5-piece live band led by music director Woody Woods. And it promises an exciting journey through the timeless hits of Roy Hamilton Sr. and Ben E. King. It's going to be something else. And you hear about it here on the Jim Masters Show Live. Wow. And of course, many of you love the Drifters and you love all of their music. It is timeless, and it really is. And I just think it's so great that both Roy Jr. and Benedito are taking the time to really celebrate their iconic fathers and perform their songs too, which not only brings back memories, right? But it also introduces this timeless music to brand new generations. And when people discover the music from yesterday, oftentimes they'll say, oh my God, what's that? When was that made? You know, a lot of times you even hear music sampled in commercials and in other songs, and you know, you think that that music is brand new. I can't tell you how many times I hear a disco song beat or something from soul, R&B, jazz in commercials and in other songs of today, and you're kind of like, that came out in like 1974, but it sounds new today. So I think what's really cool about what they're doing is they're celebrating their dads, their iconic fathers, but they're also introducing this iconic music to a whole new generation of fans, fans of them and fans of their fathers. And how cool is that? We're going to take a look at some of these comments coming in from all around the world. Maureen in Arizona, USA says, Jim, you did it again. Only the best on JMS. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And it was an honor to have Benidito King sing 2 songs for us a cappella. And wasn't it cool, that studio that he was in with the big checkerboards and the lights on top, and just, you know, his outfit and the chains and he looked like the king, and he is. And it was really cool to have him here. Merlin loves, of course, this song, Dance With Me. And Dennis is watching in the UK. Dennis, thank you so much for being with us. Really cool to have you here. I want to let everybody know, too, if you love what we're doing here, there's over 1,000. This is the 1,060th episode in just almost 4 years. That's a lot of shows we've done. And we've had guests like the iconic Frida Payne has been here twice. Florence LaRue from the Fifth Dimension, she's been here. Joe Coleman, Theo Peoples, they've been here as well. The Pointer Sisters, Anita and Ruth Pointer, one of the last interviews done, or we say interviews, but really these are conversations, free-flowing and more in-depth than just pre-prepared questions or me reading a screen or something. These are conversations. We go a little deeper. But Anita Pointer and Ruth Pointer were here on our show, and it's one of the last times that they did a conversation / interview together, and one of the last ones that Anita Pointer did before her untimely passing as well. You can go back in the archives on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. You can see Anita and Ruth Pointer. And we had a lot of fun, a lot of laughs when they were with us. Florence LaRue, Frida Payne, Melissa Manchester has been here as well. I can't tell you how many incredible people have been here, not just in music, but child stars, sports stars, chefs, Hollywood veterans, Broadway stars, writers, authors, people from health and wellness and science and life. And that's what we're all about. This show is a celebrity entertainment lifestyle talk show series where we have something for everybody. Let's take a look at some more great comments coming in here. And Dennis, watching in the UK, we got to really thank Dennis because it's late there. Sometimes when we have guests from Europe on our show, like we've had we've had Sir James Galway's been on our show, the iconic flautist. We've had Phil Coulter, the incredible music producer, composer, arranger, has been a guest on our show. All of Celtic Woman, all of Celtic Thunder, a lot of incredible people from Europe. It's a little late there right now, but usually when we have the European artists on, we try to do the shows earlier so folks overseas can watch it in a decent time zone if they want to watch live, but everything's archived. Jim, I had the pleasure of touring with Ben E. King, also the Drifters, for 5 years in the UK. That's incredible. Wow. And I'm glad that Benedito got a chance to see your comment as well, which is really, really cool. You toured with them. Those stories must be something, Dennis, huh? I can only imagine the amazing stories that you have. Wow, that's amazing. Roy Hamilton Jr., who's going to be a guest on our show coming up real soon. Thank you, Jim, for taking time to plug our upcoming show and talk about our dads and us. The pleasure is mine, Roy, and I'm looking forward to welcoming you to the show very, very soon, just a matter of days. And we're going to post the date and everything for everybody so you can join us so we can celebrate Roy Jr. and his dad. And again, more of this iconic concert event that's happening in Vegas. And they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, I don't know about that one, because it's going to be, people are going to be talking about it around the world. Jim, thank you so much for bringing your guests on your show. Without you and your guests, we may never get to meet them due to living far away and traveling, etc. So thank you so much. The pleasure is all mine. The pleasure is all mine. New friends made here, with Roy and Benedito. I love when there's always new friends, and this is fantastic. And Kathleen in New York City says, I always look forward to being here. Loveday Hall is my happy place. And Maureen agrees with that. And Kathleen says, awesome show, Jim, and thank you. And Jen Barry in Pennsylvania says, what a fun night. Wow. Thank you very much, Jen. I appreciate that as well. And everybody that's commenting here. And Sherry Larson says, I totally agree. She's agreeing with Loveday, Maureen, and Kathleen. Such an enjoyable place. That's our show here. Thank you very much, Sherry, watching there in Kansas. And this is really cool. We get comments like this, and I think it's really amazing. And let's see more coming in here. Austin Fields says, wow, that song, great singing. Yes, Stand By Me. This has been wonderful, wonderful conversation. Thank you for being Jim's guest this evening. You're a wonderful human. God bless. Absolutely. Yes. And this is really nice. Love it. You guys are great. Thanks for all these comments. I want to remind you, too, if you thoroughly enjoyed this conversation and you enjoy what we're doing here, which is unique the way we do it at the Jim Masters Show Live series. First, we thank Benedito King for joining us and being our illustrious guest, son of music icon, the one and only Benny King. We appreciate him being here. Also, if you enjoyed this episode and you want to celebrate what we're doing, give this episode a thumbs up like. There's a thumbs up button on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV, under next to this episode. Give a thumbs up like, leave a comment on the YouTube channel. What are some great songs of Benny King's and the Drifters that you've loved? What's your favorite Drifter song or Ben E. King song? And are you going to be going to the event in Vegas? Let us know. Drop a comment on the YouTube channel underneath the episode. Share the episode. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That makes a world of difference when you click the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything, but it really does make a world of difference. And thanks to all of you, the thousands of you around the world who have been doing that and who have done that. We say thank you, thank you, thank you so very much for doing that, for watching, for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, all of these important things that help us continue to grow and reach more people here on the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Celebrity Talk Show series. All right, we have so many incredible guests. Again, go back in the archives, check out some of your favorites. We've got, hundreds and hundreds of episodes in the archives there for you to watch, binge watch, and enjoy. Go back, have a good time, and come see us again. We've got amazing guests all week long for you. So, and every day just about. So check that out, and we appreciate you. Don't forget to love one another, take care of one another, and come back and see us again here at Loveday Hall and the Jim Masters Show Live series. We love having you here from all around the world, and all different time zones, all different countries, zip codes, backgrounds. I think it's so cool. And when we hear from you, we absolutely love it. Continue to spread the Loveday and let everybody know that we're here, and come back again to see us again. We love you all. As I say, take care of one another, be good to one another, love one another, and we will keep the porch light on for you as well. One more time, thank you to Benedito King. And we thank you for being here. And again, there is the information for the Soul Legends Tribute in June, which is going to be something quite special. And again, come see us again. I'll be waiting here for you in Loveday Hall on the Jim Masters Show. You guys are the best. We've got the best viewers, fans around the world. And we thank you so dearly for being so supportive of our series. Catch us on the next episode right here on JMS. Take care. Thanks for watching.